Now, as you may or may not know, there's been a lot of Easter eggs discovered in the Pokemon Go game so far. Some pretty interesting, some pretty basic, but I want to go over all of the known Easter eggs that have been came across and confirmed by players of this game so far. And at the end, I'll actually go over a few that are kind of just theories as well. Now, the first one we'll start out with is the more known and probably pretty well known by everybody, Eevee evolution. Now, the Easter egg is if you have an Eevee that you're going to evolve, you can rename that Eevee by clicking on its name in your Pokemon menu and changing its name to one of these three here on the list. Now, you change it to Sparky for a Jolteon, Pyro for a Flareon, or Rainer for a Vaporeon. Now, this only works once. There's some people out there who will say that they get it to work every time. But for the majority of people that I speak to, it'll work once for each. You can do one of each of these type of evolutions. After that, you may get lucky and have it happen again, but it's all purely by chance at that point. Now, another pretty well-known Easter egg, but what I'm going to include here as well, because I'm trying to be as extensive as possible, is the Easter egg of how to get Pikachu as your starter Pokemon. Now, when you first sign up for the game and you first start, you are asked to choose your starter Pokemon. You're going to have Bulbasaur, you're going to have the two other here, Squirtle, and you're going to have your other option there. Now, what you do is ignore what your three options are and walk away. Literally walk away from that area that the Charmander and the other two are actually in. Come back to it, walk away, come back to it. After the fifth time that you walk away, once you return, you should see an option to choose Pikachu as your starter Pokemon. Now we'll get into the somewhat lesser known ones now. This Easter egg is it's actually pretty neat. You've probably been getting this one anyway without even knowing it, but I'm sure that you notice that every now and then when you spin a Pokestop, you'll get quite a few more items than you typically do. Now, that's actually a hidden Easter egg, and what it is if you spin 10 individual stops within a 30-minute period, the 10th stop that you spin, you'll get at least double the items, and if you have room for one in your inventory, you'll get an egg as well. Now, these have to be 10 individual stops. You can't be just rotating back and forth between the same 5, so you got to do 10 new stops within 30 minutes. Now, that is repeatable, I believe, after that first 30-minute period. Or, I'm sorry, even within the first 30-minute period. But it has to be 10 additional new stops on top of the ones that you already have spun. So this is pretty nice. You actually get double the XP that you would get. So that 10th stop, you actually get 100 XP as well, rather than just the 50 that you would normally get for any other stop. Now, another pretty neat Easter egg is with Chansey. Now, Chansey is very hard to catch in the wild and hard to hatch in an egg. Now, one of the things the developers of this game did is make it to where Chansey is more likely to spawn near medical facilities, such as a hospital or a doctor's office or a pharmacy or something along that nature. So, I mean, if you have an area to where there are Pokestops in a general location or general vicinity of a medical facility, it might be worth throwing a lure on it and see what your chances are. But these are typically known to spawn more frequently near medical facilities. Now, this one is more of a theory than anything that's been confirmed, and really more of an unknown as well. A lot of people have reported that if you actually go into the date and time on your phone and set your date to February 27th, once you go back into the Pokemon Go game, you'll actually see in your screen that you have a lucky egg going. Now, it's ineffective. You can't use it. It's actually does not work to double your XP or anything, but you have an activated lucky egg on your screen if you set your date to February 27th. Now, I do know that the initial release date of Pokemon Go was supposed to be February 27th of 2016. So I don't know what the correlation between the two is, but this does seem to be either a error in the game or some sort of Easter egg that is yet to be figured out. But try it out. See if you can come up with anything that nobody else has yet. There's been a lot of theories, a lot of speculation about this. but nobody has came up with anything as to what it could mean yet. Now, another potential Easter egg to consider here actually came from the creator of the game itself, John Hanke. Now, at a recent event, John Hanke made the comment, it was either just keep spinning or always be spinning or something along those lines, after he made the comment about there being more Easter eggs within the game that have yet to be discovered. So within the same breath, within the same sentence, basically, he said there's more Easter eggs and keep spinning. So as to what that means, it could mean keep spinning Pokestops, and there are Easter eggs to be found within Pokestops, or I don't know. But that's something to think about, something to work out. I mean, again, a lot of people are putting time and effort into figuring out what these could mean, but this came straight from the source. So, I mean, if there is something that is yet to be found, it has something to do with spinning. Don't know what it is, though. Another pretty interesting Easter egg is actually that there is a Hitmonlee nest at the burial site of Bruce Lee. So a lot of people are reporting that at the location that Bruce Lee is buried, Hitmonlee is actually spawning there very frequently, and this has been reported to be a nest. This is something that was put in more than likely on purpose by the creators of the game. So this is just an Easter egg that is basically an homage to Bruce Lee. Another Easter egg is something that I have not confirmed, but quite a few people online are saying that it works. Now, kind of in the same effect as naming your Eevee a different name to get a different evolution. It is said that if you name your Charmander Zippo, you'll actually get Flamethrower and Ember as your movesets for your Charmeleon. So this has been confirmed by quite a few people online who have said naming it Zippo every single time gives them these movesets, and these are good movesets for a Charmeleon. So again, I have not tried it myself, but this is something that has been said to work. Now, this one is less of an Easter egg and more of a glitch, it seems. And this only works on iPhones or iOS devices. But there is a way to play Pokemon Go in landscape mode, as you see here, on Apple devices. Now, the way that you do it, you typically, you just have to go into your main menu by clicking on the Pokeball. Well, actually, first, you got to turn your phone into landscape mode. So turn your phone sideways first. It won't actually go into landscape mode yet. But once you have your phone sideways, click the Pokeball at the bottom of the screen, click Settings at the top, and under Settings, you'll see where it says Report High Priority Issue. Now, once you click Report High Priority Issue, it'll say, are you sure you want to do that? Because this will take you away from the game. Go ahead and hit Yes. You won't be reporting anything yet. Just hit Yes. Now, that will open up your Safari screen. Now, immediately, don't even wait for it to load. Immediately hit your Home button. It'll bring you back to Home, and then open up the Pokemon Go app again. Once you open up the Pokemon Go app again, your phone should be in landscape mode, and you should be able to play Pokemon Go like this in landscape mode, giving you a different view, different angle to play at. Once you get tired of doing that, just close the app, reopen it the normal way. It'll go back to the way that it was. Now I want to talk a little bit about the theories about Ditto. Now, obviously, this is tiresome to some people, but this is still a hot topic of conversation to many other people. Because Ditto has yet to legitimately be found in the game. There are reports of people, or this one specific person, actually getting a response from Niantic about a complaint that he had. And part of the response that he got from Niantic was that they loaded an egg on his account with a surprise Pokemon inside, and once it hatched, it was Ditto. There's a video on YouTube that shows this happening. It seems to be legitimate, but it has yet to be 100% confirmed. And from what I've heard, it was actually taken back by the company, as well as Articuno and the other yet to be discovered Pokemon that people have shown up with in recent weeks. So in the wild or from eggs or anything like that, Ditto has yet to be found. Now, there's a lot of theories as to where Ditto was at. One of them is what you see here. Now, on a 10-kilometer egg, I actually took this screenshot myself. My 10-kilometer egg was at 9.99. Walked a little bit, went to check it again, and I got this screen. Now, I didn't know what to do with it. I was caught off guard. I didn't know, what I should do. So I just hit the X and my egg went ahead and hatched. Now, a lot of people are saying that this particular saying could be a reference to Alice in Wonderland, where there's a phrase in Alice in Wonderland that the Mad Hatter actually says something in a conversation with Hare pretty close to this, and their back and forth is actually similar to what it says here. So, again, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what the correlation would be or what you would really need to do in this situation to make anything happen, or if this is anything at all. But some people are relating it to Ditto, and maybe you have to find a way to slide something into the egg like you choose to revive your Pokemon, or spray your Pokemon with potion or something like that. Maybe you can find a way to do that with the egg, since there is a screen next to the revive and next to the potion screen that actually has the egg symbol on it. Maybe that has something to do with it. But again, I don't know this one. This one doesn't have a whole lot of information yet, but it is a theory. Now, another theory with Ditto has to do with the screen that you see here. Now, with the Pokemon items, shop, and Pokedex buttons, if you press and hold any of these buttons for a couple of seconds, the ring around the button itself will actually turn a different color. Now, if you take and slide your finger, keeping your finger down but sliding it across the screen to one of the other options, those rings will actually turn to a different color as well. Now, it has been reported that those colors actually match the colors on the Pester Ball that was used in Pokemon Snap, that was thrown at Ditto to turn Ditto back into, to turn the Bulbasaur, which Ditto was disguised as, back into Ditto. Now, the colors matching up to the colors on that Pester Ball that turned the Bulbasaur back into Ditto could be a coincidence, or it could mean something. This is another one that has been talked about a lot on Reddit and other message boards, people discussing what it could mean or what you would need to do with this information. But yet, again, nothing has been found out. No resolution yet on this one either. Now, and those of you who are thinking that Ditto isn't in the game and that he's not going to show up or this, that, or the other, I just want to show you right here in the Pokedex when the Jolteon is being registered or anything else on this page. Look on the top right of the Pokedex there. That is actually Ditto. So Ditto is programmed into the game. It is a character that the creators intended to be in the game. So, whether or not they're waiting on something special or a certain date or a certain event or what, or it is just an Easter egg that nobody's figured out yet, it's hard to say. But one more Easter egg or one more theory that I want to go over is the fact of the catch rate on starter Pokemon. Now, the same Easter egg about getting Pikachu when you're choosing your starter Pokemon might apply here. All of the Pokemon on the starter page there, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Pikachu, and everybody's got a 16% catch rate. Everybody there has a 16% catch rate, and those are the only Pokemon in the whole game that have that particular catch rate. The only other Pokemon in the entire game that has the exact same catch rate is Ditto. Now, it would make sense to say that if the only Pokemon in the entire game that have a catch rate of 16% are the starter Pokemon and Ditto, maybe Ditto is hiding as one of those starter Pokemon, or maybe you have to do something else different, add that starter screen in order to get Ditto. I don't know. But there's been people who have said they have walked away from that starting point up to 100 times to see if anything happens differently, and they're reporting that nothing special has happened. So, whether or not that's it or not, it's a coincidence, but it could be. Well, that's all I got for now. I did some research and playing the game on my own, and and reading online, and these are the only legitimate Easter eggs that I've came up with or found online yet. Now, there could be more out there, so if you know of any more that I didn't go across or didn't come across or didn't speak of in this particular video, leave them in the comments. Leave any theories you might have in the comments. Leave a like as well. I mean, I'd like to keep making more of these videos as I come across more information about the game. I'm typically making videos giving you demonstrations of software updates and new Easter eggs and anything new that I come across in the game that might not be widely known. So yeah, keep watching. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.